You never feel the heat of the fire until your own house is burned. What a beautiful day to begin with. Thank you so much for staying in touch with our Japanese animation series, the legendary movies that we have watched recently, and we are reviewing it while they are available on the OTT networks. Today, the movie that we wanted to review, it is like applicable right now what we are seeing around us. Imagine that after 3 decades, 30 years, this movie is very relevant. At that time, it didn't work very well because the historians from every country, they just manipulate their own history to define themselves or their people as the heroes, and didn't bring out that humanitarian levels or the stories of the ordinary people. Grave of the Fireflies is our pick of the day, and at that time, in 1988 when it was released, it is a real life biography of a person, and he said that he just wanted to make it like more realistic. You can see that the watercolors, they define so much in this animation movies. The detailed things that they have portrayed or shown, giving you a message, bringing you very closer to the nature of what is happening around, making you feel very good. Especially, it's a very emotional, and the different thing. I just feel it like when you watch different kind of war movies, then you have one image that okay, this will be like a superhero, blah blah blah, like this. So that is what the historians did it, but not in this one. That's why it didn't work out at the time. But later, when the copies were sold, it gave them billions of yens. So the business worked very well at that time for this movie. But this is one of the good movie from Studio Ghibli, and the protagonists both are just kids. They are not adults. And because I studied so much about all those things, so sometimes the information just skip from my brain. So the story starts like this, very touching. Seita is a boy, and you have to watch it very like with attentively, because the details, especially, that is the beauty of Japanese animation movies. That's why they are dominating this industry. At the beginning, a guy is sitting at the platform, almost like dead. He died there, and the security guards come there. They get the candy box from him, check it, and just look what is valuable there. Nothing he throws. And then the cameraman just show, that's a beautiful image, that what they wanted to connect the story. So the girl comes and picks that and walks with her brother. Story starts around 1945. Japanese were going through a hard time. At that time, they didn't write this story to define something like heroic, but they just bring the honest story of these siblings. Setsuko, a girl nearly around 4 or 5 years, something little like, not too much. And Seita, the boy, just a 9th grader. His father is in Navy, and he is living with her mother here. Suddenly the air jets raid that area, and they have to run away, hide, so that they can be saved. Her mother, like an ordinary mother, gives something to them and send them, put some candies in her candy box. Once the raid is done, the boy, now he is a father figure, taking care of her sister, and he goes to the near area where the wounded people are. They tell them. But now you see, there was a woman. Look at the detail. There is a woman who is taking care of his sister, so that she will not know what is happening. She doesn't want to show the real face of what is going through. Now you see that there is a woman who is taking care of his sister, so that she will not understand what is happening. And the hospital people and all those people, those who are working there, they tell that your mother is deeply wounded and she is nearly supposed to die, and she dies at that time. And he was crying around that, and he knows that he has a responsibility, though her mother tells that there is a money in the bank, but it's just like they can't get these things during the war. So what happens, he takes her sister to her aunt, and the aunt first give them a rice or anything, but later she said that now the things are rationing and the food is lacking, so I have to sell you the food. And they were very surprised by this. They said, oh no. And they said that your mother has good caminos, or the Chinese dress, why don't you sell me, then I bargain with you, barter trade with you and give you rice. So our own one sometime in this situation gives us the hard time. And then they said, okay, we have to cook our own meals, we will do it. And just holding his pride and being, don't sticking to this situation, because at certain time she's told that you are not earning the rice that I am giving you. Makes him cry sometimes, but okay, he has to be with his sister. And then they don't want to stay there. Then they move to another place. They say, let's find out some other place we are not happy with there. And they find the farmer there and asking him that, is it possible that we can bargain some kind of rice with you? They get less. So now what happens, the situation gets more worse, and when they move to a new place, there were fireflies also. They like to play with them, and she was collecting them, and something like stone or fireflies, and she put them in the grave. And she was saying to her brother that, you know, I'm just putting them in the grave because auntie told me that this is how your mother also died it. And he started crying it, that what the secret, I was holding it. Another lady just gave it very quickly. So now the food is getting very, very less. They don't have anything to eat. Drinking salt water from the sea or anywhere, they just can't give her proper meal. So she started getting malnutrition and she gets sick. He wanted to steal from the farmer, but the farmer got angry at him and sent him to the police station. The police station said, okay, we can understand that it is a crime, but the situation is just like this. Release him. When he comes back, her sister is almost like dying. Flies are on her cheek, but he's just trying to go to the doctor to take her so that she can be recovered. But the doctor said malnutrition, just because of food. If she will get healthy food, she will get recovered, because she get a diarrhea, and that's all. The girl also told her brother also that I'm getting sick, I have a diarrhea and all this problem. He tried to steal everywhere, whatever he could do, but her situation get worse. And at the time he just bring the watermelon for her, stealing from the others' houses, and said that, oh, I got this one. She just have a little bite of it. Later she was unable to wake up. You know, it was very hard to see. Another thing is also, this guy has to go to the nearest areas of trying to find out how to cremate her. Then they said, okay, these are the woods that we give, do it according to your ritual. And then after that he is broken. He was beaten by the farmer to steal the food. And later at the end of the story you find out that the same Seita, the boy, the father figure person, is at the railway station, stranded, forsaken, and without help. People come like a vulture, looking into his pocket what is valuable. If nothing, they just throw out. As he throws that candy box, the soul of our sister comes and pick it up. I hope it will make you cry. That's why I didn't watch with my family, because it was very, very emotional. Didn't see that the reality is very worst. Very worst. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.